Syracuse. Um, well, it's kind of like Athens, really. It's just Athens with Balearics and the Cretans got some access to different mercenary units. I did try to get a video out yesterday, by request about, what explaining how I think during battles, stuff like that, and, well, the file got corrupted, so I did an hour-long video for nothing. Yeah, I know. But, anyway. Back to Syracuse. Syracuse is just sort of like Athens, just it trades a few things. Just think of everything Athens is, and then take away the Cretans, replace the Rhodians with Balearics, but give it different mercenaries in terms of cavalry and infantry. So you got the Merc Etruscans, you have the Merc Samnites, and you have the Merc Italian and Campanian cavalry. So it's gonna be a very similar video to Athens, but obviously Athens was one of the first, and this the second to last. The only one after this is Tylus. And Syracuse overall, their main strengths would be survivability, slingers, the ability to bring loads and loads of mid tiers, and a wide variety of spear, missile, and to a lesser extent cavalry units. Has 3 gen options, the 4x hoplites, picked hoplites, and picked lancers. And in terms of weaknesses, its infantry can be outmatched, lacks good archers, and its cavalry, there's a variety of it, but there's nothing that particularly stands out except maybe the Campanian cav, but that's like 1300 cost cav, and you don't really want to do that at Syracuse. So, yeah. I think that's a pretty short summary. Unless you want some history, I'll give some history. Syracuse history is very different and very unique. Unfortunately, in the actual Grand Campaign, it's not actually a city, which it should be, because the Romans sieged it for a year. Found itself caught between a rock and a hard place, between Rome and Carthage. Switched sides constantly because being a winner is more fun. But that's all the history I sort of know about it. That's a quick history, so you can see the mercenaries sort of playing their part there, Etruscan hoplites, Samnite warriors coming from Italia, either to fight against or with the Romans and Carthaginians. But yeah, I think I'm going to stop yapping. I've yapped enough, and we're going to go over to the Magena. So, militia hoplites. Militia hoplites are not very... They don't kill a lot, but they hold, which is perfectly fine. They're armoured, good for pushing up taunts. 300, they're on the expensive side. But the survivability is great for pushing up tortoises. The hoplite wall, increasing their melee defense, will certainly become very useful in maps like Alexandria, where you have a tight corridor and you want to maybe neutralise that tower, or hold there until you can bring something like a Samnite up. Overall, a decent low tier, though it's not brilliant. It's good at holding, not good at killing, which, honestly, killing power always beats holding power. Light hoplites for 140 more. They're light, as the name would suggest. They're good advance. They are good. They do go as also afterwards. It doesn't really provide any stat buffs, as you can see. To do with hoplite walls, hoplites. For 440, not worth it. I'd honestly just upgrade my own units, or invest into missiles more. Same melee defense as militia, hoplite. And actually, it's just got worse. It's just, actually no, it has slightly better stats. It has slightly better stats and disciplines, but it's just not worth it. And as you can see, rapid advance will make it exhausted, and I haven't even moved. So, after that, you have the Phareus hoplites and Phareus spears. Phareus hoplites, despite the name making you think it might have Peeler, it doesn't. It does not. Stats are awful. Not even got the great survivability. 600, not worth it. Get the Phareus spears for 560. They could do big stay of 5 volleys of 29 damage, 9 armor piercing, Peeler. So, yeah. I see these guys can maybe hold. It's just not worth it for 600. Just get the killing power of the Phareus. But speaking of Phareus, they have their 5 targetable Peeler, high charge bonus, doing it in square, and square, square's back. You can see that extreme melee defense are going to hold a lot longer, that they are more vulnerable to missiles, as you can see, no matter which way you put it. 50% of the unit is showing its back or spear side to arrows, so just be careful, but it's much better for holding, especially as the morale increases as well. They're cheaper, higher killing power, decent on the charge, 26 charge bonus. We can do some really nasty damage to these guys. Regular hoplites, tanky, they're not worth it for 650. Samnites or like Etruscans or like veterans or 4-axe swords, 4-axe hoplites. Regular hoplites are not worth it. No elite spear. They're not as tanky as a 4-axe hoplite. Overall, not worth it. A lot of Syracuese units won't be worth it, as they're just crappy hoplites. So I am sort of skimming through some of these, but regular hoplites aren't that worth it. Good if you want to hold somewhere, but you're 4-axe hoplites, so bring them instead because they're better. So, got 4-axe swords with 4-axe hoplites. Now, why are 4-axe hoplites better? Well, if we compare the stats in Hoplite Wall, you can see off the rip they have 10 more morale, 10 more armor, 2 more melee defense, 1 more charge, and the elite spear with 8 armor piercing for 60 more. So they can actually kill. Though once again, since they have no ECD when they're being cycled, they will probably take a lot of damage. So just be careful of that. It's one of Syracuse's gen options you can see here, alongside the Hippeus and the Pikes hoplites. 4-axe swordsman, the mid tier you compare everything to. Nothing brilliant about it. It's just good all around, good survivability, decent damage, decent morale, shield wall, disciplined. 710, you'll be spamming a lot of these guys. For army comps, I'll put them here now rather than at the end of the video, because we're going over some of the core units right now. So 2 attacking, 2 defending comps will go up. And it will be mostly just mid-tier spam. So against certain factions, some picked hoplites wouldn't go amiss because of the ECD. And of course, depending on the map, your baby archers might be more useful than your Balearics. Moving on to their 3 mercenary infantry, they have the Merc Samnites, the Merc Etruscans, and the Merc Veterans. So, we'll kick off the Merc Samnites. You always want to break free of these guys. Elite level survivability, good charge bonus, just lacking shield wall. You send these guys in, they'll do very well against the most other infantry. You just gotta be careful that there's no chariots or anything nearby, because they will just get trounced over because they've got no defensive formation. They also have 50% block chance, by the way. I forgot to mention that. Syracuse is very good survivability all around. Merc Etruscans, they're a decent unit. Yes, they don't have elite spear, but they have 65 HP, similar to the Spartan hoplites. Pretty good stats overall, even they have more melee defense in Hoplite Wall than a 4-axe hoplite does. 77. So not that bad. However, they're outshined by the Merc Veterans, because they have the same HP, but more armor. Yes, they're more expensive, 840. But if you look at their stats, elite spear, higher attack, charge bonus armor, morale, slightly less melee defense, but all the other stats make up for it. So you can pick and choose, really, with the Samnites and these guys. I like Merc Veterans. I like all 3 of these units. It's just that Etruscans are battle shined.
We await your command.
Pikes only work fit against something like ODK, because they will always be focused down. There's lots of ammunition in this game on infantry and on missiles, so pikes aren't that worth it. Though against a faction like ODK or maybe Sparta, you can do alright, because on Sparta's and ODK's missiles are out of ammo. They can't exactly do anything. So this is also the only pike I'd really recommend, other than the Spartan pikes, as they're cheap enough, but also they have enough level survivability so where they won't be just folded. Picked hoplites, slightly worse than raw Spartans. Excellent stats all around. 8 AP spear. Melee defense is, what it shows, 77. Good stats everywhere. Great against ODK or other high charge bonus factions like boii, due to their high expert charge defense, and high survivability, morale, etc., etc. You really deny those factions their strength, and picked hoplites is a general option. Though elite spamming as Syracuse, I'm not sure if I'd recommend, as Syracuse's strength is bringing lots of mid-tiers, such as the Samnites, Veterans, Ferreo Spears, 4-axe, other 4-axe. So yeah. Picked hoplites, worth it, though they cost 1200, 760, 750, 840. Both these are 710, 650, 560, 600, 440, and 300. In terms of missiles, baby archers, And all of these missiles you see, actually, just as a brief comment, all of them are good. There's nothing bad about any of them, but they just get outshined. Like javelinmen, no. Peltasts, no. Light peltasts, yes, because light peltasts have frame of volleys ammunition. It just outshines everything. Archers, you need to bring sometimes to arc your shots over stuff. Baby archers only cost 250, so they can just get value by front dumping stuff if you're really desperate to get some shots off. But, you know, it gives you that extra versatility, shoot over walls, and maybe cover your Balearics, give them a choice. Shoot the archers or shoot the Balearics, it's up to them. Balearic's always the better target. But if you don't shoot the archers, they're going to kill your archer, so you're presented with a dilemma. So archers, useful, though I wouldn't get all 4 of them most of the time. Javelinmen, peltasts, and light peltasts. These 2 aren't worth it, because they're outshined by the light peltasts due to more ammunition, damage, and quick reload. And then 2 slingers. Regular slingers, outshined by the Merc Balearics, as Merc Balearics are amazing. As you can see, for 560. Yes, I'm paying 2.5 times more, but I would always would for the Balearic, because they have 8 AP on the missile. Extremely, extremely good. Moving on to cavalry. Tarantine Cav and Skirmish Cav. Both are decent. Well, actually, this one's awful. It's light, low damage. Medium, can do damage on the charge, but only good against factions like Saba due to the javelins and some nice armor to tank any slinger fire. But the javelins are bonus is large, so good against the Sabaean camels. Hippeus, one of your general options, good against Sabaean camels, once again, sort of help deter them. Counter their camels, get in the way, make sure they don't run through your missile line. So 1 or 2 of these get Saba or Parthia will do very, very well. Or you can go into the Companion Cav. Companion Cav, Italian Cav, Citizen Cav. Citizen Cav sucks. Merc Italian Cav is okay, can run stuff down, but it's not very high mass. And the Merc Companion Cav is very heavy with Peeler. Extremely good against all kinds of melee cav, or cavalry in general, and infantry, 1 of the cav that can do it. So, 1300 high risk, high reward. Sorry for the dog, I've got people coming over, so if the video seems rushed, it is. So, I'm going to leave that there, and we'll do tier list tomorrow. See ya.